Researchers in this lab are studying how cancer treatments impact blood cells, but possible NIH cuts could slow their progress.
If I have less money for my lab, then that will change the types of experiments that we can do.
Dr. Tina Termini's lab studies how blood regenerates after cancer patients receive radiation or chemotherapy.
This is what it looks like after radiation exposure. It's separated. You can see there's those little red dots.
She says their goal is to find a way to regenerate cells and help patients recover faster.
So it's really important that we understand the long-term impacts of those treatments.
But looming funding cuts her lab gets from the National Institutes for Health could put their progress in jeopardy. In 2024, the NIH awarded $1.26 billion in grants and contracts to Washington State that directly supported 12,250 jobs.
Our lab depends on funding from the NIH to execute these studies.
When Termini submits a grant to the NIH, not only is she requesting funds for the study itself, but funds to help carry out the studies known as indirect costs.
Indirect costs can pay for things like maintenance of equipment that is shared between labs, for example, or the individuals who actually help us make the purchases for our scientific supplies, or things as trivial as maintaining our restrooms so that the scientists have a place to use the restroom.
The Trump administration's new policy would cap funding for indirect costs to 15%. Previously, some institutions could charge up to 50% or more of their research funding for indirect costs.
To have to stop because we don't have the funds to execute the experiments as planned would be devastating.
For now, NIH funding cuts are on hold due to a ruling from a federal judge on the East Coast, but the Trump administration is expected to appeal that decision. In Seattle, Bridget Chavez, King 5 News.